yeah, I've went and pulled a muscle in my calf. So I'm a little bit pissed off at myself. It's just a gentle reminder, really. I essentially never do a workout without stretching first. And I thought, it's okay, I'm going to cycle up there, I'll get a warm up and it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. I'm 38 years old. I think if you're carrying a little bit of wear and tear and you're in your mid to late 30s onwards, you need to stretch before every single workout exercise that you do. I know anecdotally that if I stretch, I never get injured, and if I don't stretch, I get injured, as I have now. So I've got the steam bath fired up. I'm going to do a little bit of cold therapy, hot therapy, and then some cold therapy later on. Fire up the steamer, steam sauna, do 15 minutes, get it really nice and hot, and try and sort of reduce that inflammation in the calf so that I can actually still participate in rugby training tomorrow. Starting off with a hot cold pack. That'll do the job. Cup of tea, feet up, 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes of cold for the leg is done. Now we're going to get into the steam bath. That's been on for about 40 minutes. Nice and hot. Going to get that done. So I bought this steam barrel. It's hooked up to what is a variation of a rice cooker, and this is really good for recovery. I definitely don't want to miss rugby training tomorrow. We've only got 3 sessions left before the tournament, so this is the approach. But also I'm trying to cut some weight. I'm quite heavy at the moment, probably the heaviest that I've been in maybe a couple of years, because I was sick, and then my discipline for eating was really kind of out the window. Smoking a little bit too much of the devil's herb, which means that my eating discipline suffers when I do that. So I've knocked that on the head, and I feel much better for it. So I've just switched to doing a little bit less weight training and a little bit more cardio to try and get the fitness up, and obviously to shed some of that excess weight. Yeah. Hot in here. Ooh. Very hot. "15 minutes is good. 15 minutes is what it takes for those heat shock proteins to kick in. I'm definitely not a scientist. I don't have a degree in sports science or anything like that, or biology. I'm a student of YouTube. I'm a student of people like Rhonda Patrick, Peter Artia, Joe Rogan, Gary Brecka, and various other YouTube influencers. That's how I get my education, is via YouTube, and I would urge people to do the same thing. I don't go too heavy into the literature. I just work off anecdotal and personal experience, and that's good enough for me. And keep it simple, keep it light, and find what works for you and what's relevant for you and your hobbies and your body type. Nipples are burning. Yeah, you really want to, when you're in one of these, when you're in the sauna, It's supposed to be difficult, and it's supposed to kind of hurt, and it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Obviously every little helps, but the hotter it is, the more you get your heart rate up, and then the more of a cardio burn it is, because that's the whole premise behind these steam saunas, is that you can actually get a really good cardio workout, and you can get your heart rate right up just from sitting in the hot. And by the end of the 15 minutes, you can really feel out of breath and flustered. And then you know that your body's really working. And if it gets too much, just kind of let some of the steam out. I've got my legs covered up with a towel because it does actually get quite burny. You can kind of do it, give yourself a 20-second rest and then go back at it. It's totally fine, whatever's comfortable, suitable for you. And you do have to kind of build yourself up. You can pull the cover over as well to get more concealment, to get even higher temperature and to stop that steam from escaping. It's your own personal sauna. It fits here nicely on my little balcony. I put a little towel up here so that the rest of the neighborhood can't see me suffering and half naked getting in and out of it. So it's a very useful bit of kit to have for not very much money. If you use this every day, and I find it very useful to use in the evenings before bed. It really helps dump your body temperature after you get out, and so you have a really good natural way of falling asleep. Your body, as it dumps temperature, that helps you fall asleep in the evening. And people like Peter Artia swear by it. I can't recommend it highly enough. Overall, I think even for using this thing 15 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week, is affordable for most people. Wouldn't recommend doing breath work while you're in here. The last thing you want to do is pass out when you're on your own and this thing's spewing hot steam at you. I have done it and I do like it, but I have, in all fairness and in all honesty, gotten out of this steamer a few times and been really dizzy because I've been doing breath work while I'm in here. So although I really do feel the benefits of doing that, I wouldn't advise it because it is quite dangerous. If you had someone here, then by all means go ahead, but there isn't like a safety mechanism off switch, and like I said, it does get really hot. You could do it on lower temperature. You know, it's nice to just sit in here on a low temperature as well if you don't want to suffer. If you don't want it to be a suffering exercise, it can just be a nice, relaxing, hot or warm steam bath. Again, a nice way to wind down in the evening, relax the muscles, and help improve sleep, especially if you're someone who tends to not be able to fall asleep too easily. The science definitely suggests that a dump of body temperature in the evening is a really great way for your body to just switch off and naturally fall asleep. Oh God, it's really hot. How many minutes are we on? We're on 13. Okay, so I'll do 2 more minutes. All right, I think we're at 15 minutes. That'll do just now. You can see my skin's really red. It's definitely done the job. Wow, that's hard work. 50 minutes done. There you go, there's Hanoi. It's a dreich day in the capital city of Vietnam, but loving it either way. All right.